This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome to a very hot Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Missy Kohler for News 25, and it's August 17th.
Well, a record-setting high temperature in Death Valley this past Sunday. A temperature of 130 was recorded at Furnace Creek in Death Valley National Park at 3:41 in the afternoon. This was the hottest temperature verified on Earth since July of 1913. On July 10th, 1913, the temperature was set then at 134 degrees, the hottest ever, followed by 131 on July 13th of the same year and 130 on July 12th. This is a late season event, they say. Temperatures have never exceeded 125 at Death Valley this late in the summer. The North American monsoon season hasn't set up in 2020 the way it does most years, allowing high pressure to remain in place with dry air, allowing for maximum heating. We are in the midst of a long-duration extreme heat event. Extreme temperatures are expected to continue through at least Wednesday. We'll have more with John Kohler and your weather forecast later in this broadcast. Well, a man who ran from police after being stopped for a traffic violation in Pahrump earlier this year was back in court today to learn his fate.
Robert Ferris appeared before Judge Robert Lane Monday morning in 5th Judicial District Court. Ferris was arrested and originally faced numerous charges after fleeing from Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies January 11th. Ferris had been stopped for a traffic violation when he drove away from officers, nearly running over a motorcycle deputy. He led other officers on a chase before crashing his car in front of Goldtown Casino. He ran but was immediately apprehended. Ferris appeared in Pahrump Justice Court March 4th, where he told Judge Lisa Chamley he had decided to take a deal with the state and plead guilty to a set of reduced charges, including felony eluding and an offense involving a stolen vehicle. Ferris was in court today to learn of his sentence. Ferris's attorney, Nathan Gent, asked the judge for leniency.
He is really trying to work hard to turn his life around right now. He's currently in prison on an unrelated case. Obviously, one of the main goals of prison is to rehabilitate people. He is going through that process of becoming a better person and learning from his mistakes. So at this time, Your Honor, what we wanted to ask the court to do was to give him a suspended sentence, place him on probation, and have it run concurrent with his case that he's already serving prison time on.
Ferris told the court he's sorry for his actions.
First and foremost, I just want to apologize for everybody involved, the police department, and I just wanted to take the time to address that. I want to take ownership for my wrong actions, and I do apologize. And everything that Mr. Jan said, that if I was given an opportunity for the U-turn for Christ, I wouldn't let you down.
Prosecutors asked for the maximum sentence on both charges.
Your Honor, with respect to count one, the state will be arguing for a prison sentence. I'm not sure how much eluding the police officer carries, but the state would ask for the maximum with respect to that count. With respect to offense involving a stolen vehicle, he did damage his vehicle. It was stolen. Maybe that was the reason he was running away from the cops, but we would ask for the maximum on that as well.
After hearing both sides, Judge Lane issued his decision.
On count 1, 28 to 70, count 2, 28 to 70, concurrent to each other, consecutive to the current time you serve. Good luck to you, sir.
So, Ferris will serve 28 to 70 months for the new charges. He'll start serving that time at the end of his current sentence.
The desert is home to many types of creatures. Lucky for us, most are not a threat to humans. Some are scary, others are a nuisance. And one that we see more often can be a threat to small animals like chickens and small dogs. Nye County Animal Control Officer Levi Gregory stopped by last Friday to talk about the dangers of leaving pets in hot cars. While he was here, he also gave us a rundown of the animals we're likely to encounter in the Pahrump Valley.
We have a spotted skunk out here. They are not your typical large white and black striped. They are small, look like a kitten, black and white, but they're patterned instead of striped. Be advised, they look cute, they're small, but they are fully functional skunks and they will spray. Let them go on their way, let them carry on with their lives. They don't want anything to do with you. But if you do interfere with them, they will spray you. We have badgers. We've always had badgers. I've caught 3 here in the valley over the last 10 years. At one point, when we had the fire up the hill, it did push some of the wildlife back down in here into the valley. With badgers, they can be aggressive. They let you know they're there, but usually they're nocturnal, and they don't want anything to do with humans. But if you do get one and it's in a spot where it has to be removed, let us know. We'll come and remove them. Coyote is just a wild animal. They're everywhere around here. Just normally walking around, they are wildlife, so they are divisional wildlife's animals. Regards to fencing with coyotes, that thin chicken wire, they can go right through it. You want a thicker fence to hold coyotes, and loose dogs out of your chicken coops.
Better idea to do chain link.
Chain link's best. They do attack animals in packs, and if unfortunately you have a smaller animal, you want to keep a better eye on it.
Yeah.
Out here, coyotes, even a single coyote, will go after a smaller animal.
Like a dog.
Like a small dog. We have a big pack of burros here, around 30 on the north side, and we have a couple of Mustangs in the valley. One is predominantly over on Simpkins area, so Simpkins 160, be careful driving through there. And there's a 3-pack that is near the North Leslie near Treasures that do hang out in that area. There has been a corralling of 1 or 2 of them, and BLM does come down, and Division of Wildlife comes down and wants to know why, and there's a lot of paperwork and everything else involved with that. It's better just to leave them on their own. We've had raccoons that have come through the valley. We've had opossums come through the valley.
Yeah.
Small things like that.
Yeah.
They tend to be on the haystacks that come down from other states.
Oh, really?
They hitchhike. They're hitchhiking? They hitchhike, yeah.
That's crazy.
Snakes. Snakes are the easiest part.
Yeah.
If it has a rattle, it's poisonous. Out here we have, if it does not have a rattle, it's not poisonous. It's nice and dry here, so it's really great that the biggest thing I can tell you, if it has a rattle, it's poisonous. If it doesn't, it's not. Don't mess with a snake. Let it sit there, stand back from it, watch it, call us. We'll come out and take care of it. Desert tortoises.
I haven't seen a bunch of them.
Oh, I've dealt with 4 this summer.
Really?
Yeah, took them off the roads and got them back into the desert areas.
That's good. So the rest of us, leave them alone.
Yes, please.
All
Once you start feeding a desert tortoise, their diet changes and they're not able to be released again.
Odd.
Well, a local elementary school gets a nice donation, and the government is handing out money to different companies and hopeful of a COVID vaccine. We'll tell you more right after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. We're happy you're with us tonight. Well, we have an update of COVID numbers. This is since Friday morning at 10:17 a.m. There have been 441 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives, 16 new positives in Pahrump, and 2 in Tonopah, 1 each in Amargosa Valley and Beatty reported and confirmed. Now remember that the antibody positives do not count in the county's overall active total. Chemisys Laboratory through Serenity Health has partnered with Nye County and the Sheriff's Office to provide drive-up COVID-19 testing for Nye County and the surrounding areas. If you're in Pahrump and you want to get tested, you can do that tonight, 7 to 9 p.m., Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and you don't even have to pre-register. Just bring your ID and insurance card if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, you may still be tested. The location for that testing is at Serenity Health, 2280 East Calvada Boulevard, and people will line up in their cars in the Calvada I for that testing. Now, if you want to get tested in Pahrump, Beatty, or Amargosa by appointment, call 702-234-5398 or email pahrump@serenitymentalhealth.org for an appointment. And they are offering PCR active infection testing, which tells you if you have COVID-19 currently, and the immune response, the antibodies test, which tells if you have previously had COVID-19. So make sure you are asking for the correct test. Get the one you need. Tonopah Testing, Central Nevada Regional Care. You give them a call, 775-302-5800, and they'll set up an appointment for you. Tonopah Primary Care, call them at 775-482-9898. Business First brief for today. A growing number of people are turning to technology for their doctor visits. The government is handing out money to companies developing hopeful COVID-19 vaccines, and experts suggest ways to save on prescription medicine. Angela Miles has all the details.
Topping our news, the government made some big bets on potential coronavirus vaccine candidates. That includes a total of $1.9 billion given to Pfizer and BioNTech. Novavax also won a $1.6 billion government contract to work on a vaccine candidate that could become the first vaccine Novavax has ever brought to market in its company history. Other contenders investors are watching: Moderna and AstraZeneca. While any one of those could become a winner, financial analysts warn all are risky. Skipping doctors' visits in person is becoming more than a trend. One report shows close to 10 million Medicare beneficiaries were seen by a doctor through a computer or mobile device during the pandemic. That compares to 13,000 prior to the pandemic. And quick tips on saving money on medicines from the experts: get the generic or ask your doctor for a less expensive drug that treats the same condition. You can also see if you can order your medicine through the mail.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, whether your child is heading back to school or learning remotely this fall, you'll want to make sure allergies and asthma are under control so they can concentrate on their studies and not their sniffles. Cleveland Clinic allergist Dr. Sandra Hong says managing allergy and asthma symptoms is especially important this year because they often mimic those of COVID-19.
Someone who has a coronavirus infection really can present with a cough, sore throat, shortness of breath, fatigue, and sometimes they have a loss of taste and smell. But very frequently, people with allergies and severe allergies and asthma can have very similar symptoms.
Dr. Hong says nasal steroids are a good way to control allergy symptoms like a stuffy nose, postnasal drip, and itchy eyes. Another option is an antihistamine, which will help with sneezing, dripping, and itching. If your child's allergies are really flared up, she says a combination of the two treatments works well. And when it comes to asthma, it's always a good idea to make sure asthma symptoms are well controlled as we approach cold and flu season to avoid respiratory complications. If your child is attending school in person, she recommends providing the school with an asthma action plan and emergency inhalers. Parents should also be sure asthma control medicines are working properly.
If you're noticing symptoms more than 2 times a week of coughing or wheezing or shortness of breath, you're needing to use your rescue inhaler frequently. The answer is that you need to have a better control or medication to keep you from feeling those symptoms.
Dr. Hong says it's safe for kids with asthma and allergies to wear a mask at school, and that having symptoms under control will make wearing a mask more tolerable.
When we come back, one of my favorite parts of the week, Darby brings our Save a Pet. I always look forward to seeing who she's going to show us today.
Because we need to adopt some more animals.
Yes, we do. Thanks.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Desert Haven Animal Society has some wonderful fur babies available for adoption. Today, Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Luna.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Luna. Luna is an all-black cat, okay, except for like 3 hairs on her chest. She has big green eyes. She is quite chunky too, which I know I love with a cat. She's super sweet, very, very friendly, super affectionate. She doesn't mind being held. She's just a good little girl. So if you want to come and see her or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please call them ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. She wants to be put down now.
All right, well, we have some sad news, but I guess it's some good news for at least Michael. Michael Donahue left us on Friday. He has moved into Las Vegas, and we might see him back here occasionally, but we wanted to take the opportunity to have him say goodbye and say his last words of being here at KPVM as our weatherman. And he also, of course, was doing some of our race reporting as well, which he might come back and do some more, but we're going to let you see Michael Donohue's goodbye.
Well, I feel like my time at KPVM is kind of wrapped up, and I feel like it's time for me to go to Vegas and start dabbling around in new adventures. I'm leaving as a weatherman for KPVM-TV. I'm leaving the station, but it won't be the last you'll see of me. I do plan on working with Vernon in the future to do more NASCAR events and other, miscellaneous events when they pop up here and there. So I'm definitely not going to be gone forever. I'm just going to be gone as like a full-time employee forever, I guess. So.
Well, people need to know that you do the technical directing, the weather, the master control. You've done a whole bunch of different things, including reporting. So you weren't just doing weather. We put you all over the place, right?
Oh yeah, I was all over the station. Like whenever I started in master control, I was doing weather. The obvious thing I was doing was weather. But when I was needed, I was in master control. I was doing TDing in the studio. I've done anchoring a couple times. I've done editing, I've done shooting. I've done everything in the station that there is to do except sales, but that's just because I don't know how to do sales. So one of my favorite things is actually how I got hired here.
Yeah.
Is because it was Fall Fest. Once again, the year escapes me. But I was just told, hey, the TV station's looking for an intern. You should go down and find this Deanna person. And I was like, I have no idea who that is, but I'll go find him anyway. And so I went down to the fence, and I remember I found the tent that you guys were at, and I was like, hey, is there a Deanna I can talk to? And they were like, oh, she's in this trailer by the stage. And so I went to the fence, I just started yelling at you through a fence, and then bam, I was hired. So that easy.
So it's super good.
Super easy. I'll miss you, audience. Goodbye.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, we will miss Michael for sure, but we promise we will be bringing him back for certain things. I've already got him penciled in for NASCAR and whatever else we can have him do. But we do have John Kohler, which is Missy's husband, and he's super exciting and fun and everything. And we never completely let people run away.
No. We wish you all the best, though, Michael. We all love you.
We do.
Let's take a look outside. Are there any coyotes running around out there? Because they've sure been running around my neighborhood lately. Looks like another gorgeous day. Love those puffy clouds. Full weather forecast is coming up.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm John Kohler for KPVM Weather, and here's the weather. Whoa, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's hot. It's how hot? How hot? Hotter than my prom date. And I did really well at prom, so it's pretty dang hot. 100 degrees up north in Fernley, Fallon 102. Carson City 94 degrees. Tonopah 99 degrees. But check that out, 63 in the evening. Nice, Tonopah. Yeah, I'm coming to you. Goldfield's got 101 and 64, also a nice place to visit at night. Beatty 111 and 76. Ambergos 115 degrees, 79 in the evening, and that's pleasant. That's pleasant. 115 in Las Vegas and 87 at night. And that's kid stuff. Check out Death Valley. Check it out. 125 degrees. Yeah. Well, what about yesterday? It was like 130 degrees. It was the hottest it's been in recorded history, or since 1913 anyway. There's still some debate of whether that 1913 weather prediction and the data was actually real. The instruments weren't that good back in 113. But anyway, local weather. Let's check it out. Oh, stepping all over myself. 111 degrees is the current temperature. 113 was our high today here in Pahrump, and glorious 8% humidity. Not too bad. Winds keeping it, keeping you a little dry, a little trade windy. 8 miles an hour out of south-southwest. Sunrise this morning at 6:04. I like the sunrise in Pahrump. It's gorgeous. I put some pictures up on my Facebook this morning of the sunrise, and nothing like it. Tell you what, 111 degrees currently. Yeah, it's hot, and while it's hot, let's think about like drinking some water. All right, let's think about our pets. Have you thought about your pet? That pet is hot. He wants some water. Get some water on your pet. Do that. Let's look at the extended forecast, shall we? It's going to be dangerous next couple 3 days. 110, 108 degrees, 81 at night. Not too bad. Okay, but then check this out coming up on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. It's a little bit scary. They got the the red danger clouds going there. Going to get a little bit cloudy, a little bit windy, and again 107, 80, 81. Man, those look like Keno numbers, don't they? Look at all those 80s. That's got to be some good luck. Think about that one. All right, there's your weather for this evening. I'm John Kohler. Back to the ladies on the desk.
Thanks, John. He is so funny. I like him so much. Well, we have a car seat event, and this is so important because we haven't done this in a while. And they give away some car seats for people who need them. So Nye Community Coalition, in coordination with Front Valley Auto Plaza and the Nye County Sheriff's Office and the Department of Public Safety and everybody else, on September 5th from 9 until noon, right there at Front Valley Auto Plaza at 2060 East Charleston Park, you can get a certified car seat technician to help you inspect, provide, and replace car seats. This is a wonderful event and so needed. And if you have a car seat and you really want to have them check it out, make sure it's pretty good, or if you just need a car seat, please come on by. They want you to make an appointment there at Nye Community Coalition. Call Marlena Porter at 727-9970, and that's extension 236. And you can give her a call and make an appointment on September 5th. Get a new car seat.
You know, that's so important because you think that you have your car seat installed correctly, but you might not. And it just takes a few minutes for those to double check that. And it's a great thing for grandparents to do too, especially if you're driving your grandchildren around. Just go make sure that it's installed correctly.
People don't realize that sometimes they have recalled car seats or expired car seats, and they actually do expire because so much wear and tear on them. It's something that you need to have checked out. So I would recommend definitely coming by, getting them to inspect it. See if that car seat has been recalled or even has been expired because of the wear and tear. So
yeah, it just takes a few minutes to find out. Keep your child safe.
Give them a call, 727-9970, extension 238, right there at Nye Communities Coalition. We'll see you down there. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Cole. That's going to do it for us tonight. We hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Good night.